Thank you for selecting the AquaDisk Cloth Media Filtration System featuring Optifiber media. This video will demonstrate the simple steps required to change the cloth media on an AquaDisk filter, with instructions on how to remove the disc segments from the center tube, replace the cloth media on the frame assemblies, and reinstall the segments onto the filter unit. Changing the cloth media is most efficient with one person in the filter basin removing and replacing segments, with a second person outside the basin handling the segments and changing the media on the frame assemblies. It's recommended that facilities keep several spare cloth and frame assemblies on hand for convenient changeout as needed by plant personnel. The first step in the process is to stop flow to the filter and drain the unit. It's often helpful to open the solids waste valve and turn on the waste pump to remove water more quickly from the filter. Remember to turn off the pump when only 6 inches of water remain in the basin. As the water level decreases and the center tube is rotating, rinse the sides of the tank and the cloth media using a garden hose. If the cloth media will be saved and used again, avoid directing high-pressure spray perpendicular to the media, as damage could occur. With the tank empty, the drive motor control switch set to off, power to the unit turned off and locked out, the filter is now in an offline mode, allowing for safe entry into the basin. The next step is to remove the segments. Position the segment to be removed at the top center position of each full disc assembly. Each cloth media segment is connected to the center tube using 2 rods that each have 15/16" full and jam nuts on the end. Remove the nuts with a wrench and slide the segment off the rods. Hand the segment to the person at the top of the filter basin. With the segment outside of the basin, notice that each segment has 2 top retainer bars and 1 side retainer bar. Remove the bolts from the retainer bars using a 1/2" socket wrench. Pull the cloth sock off of the frame. Using a garden hose, spray the frame assembly to clean any buildup. Next, install the new cloth media onto the frame. First, center the base of the cloth on the base of the frame and pull the cloth sock onto the frame assembly. Working one side at a time, pull the cloth up and over the frame. While keeping the cloth tight and snug to the frame, fasten the Velcro closure. The closure is notched around the threaded insert locations to provide clearance for the fasteners and full overlap of the Velcro enclosure. Before attaching the side retainer bar to the frame, apply anti-seize compound to all bolt threads. Install a bolt and washer in the center retainer bar mounting location, followed by the upper, then the lower mounting locations. At this point, these fasteners should be partially threaded, allowing for additional cloth stretch and fit adjustments. Next, there are 2 top retainer bars. One retainer bar will have a tab, and the other will have a notch. Attach the top tabbed retainer bar to the filter frame. The tab should point towards the side retainer bar. Pull or stretch the cloth as necessary to prevent the edge binding from being exposed. Install the center bolt first, followed by the left, then the right bolt locations. Fasten and torque bolts to 70 inch-pounds. Repeat this step for attaching the top notched retainer bar to the filter frame, following the same steps as the tabbed retainer bar. Once the 2 top retainer bars are in place, secure the side retainer bar. Install the center bolt, followed by the upper, then the lower bolt locations. Fasten and torque bolts to 70 inch-pounds. The last step is to return the filter segment to the basin. First, place the disc segment over the mounting rods, orienting the male tab and female notch retainer bar tabs to match the adjacent segments. The top tab retainer bar and side retainer bar should be oriented so they are located on the leading edge of rotation, or on the forward side entering the backwash shoe assembly. Replace the washer followed by the full nuts. Tighten the full nuts and check the torque using a torque wrench. Lock the jam nuts against the full nuts. Replace all of the segments in the row at the top center of the disc. Exit the basin before rotating the center tube to move another set of segments to the top center position. Repeat this step until all segments have been replaced. The final step is to initiate the power to the unit. The AquaDisk cloth media filter is now ready to be placed back online. For complete instructions on how to replace the OptiFiber cloth media on your filter, please refer to the Operation and Maintenance Manual or contact Aqua-Aerobic Systems customer service for assistance.